I wanted to share something with you that happened last week with a lovely friend of mine. I arrived at her house and she took delivery of a huge box and said that her son had ruined yet another set of her non-stick cookware. And we had a conversation very quickly, and at the end of that conversation she decided to send the cookware back. And I just wanted to tell you a little story. So my journey started with food and nutrition and well-being long time ago when I was back in school and I was doing lots of sport. But I had a period of time where my body completely crashed. I had pain in all my joints. I'd had 2 knee operations. I had very sluggish digestion, and I went to see a nutritionist, and I had a hair analysis done. They take a little sample of hair from the back of your head and they send it off for analysis. And it was the biggest eye-opener for me that has ever happened. It came back, and obviously it doesn't know me, and it didn't know the sorts of things that I've been going through and what my symptoms were, but it highlighted symptom after symptom after symptom, which was exactly what I was going through at the time. And it also went through the levels of different metals in my body. And one of the metals that came out to be the highest in that hair analysis was aluminium. And aluminium was causing a lot of the toxicity that was building up in my joints, that was giving me joint pain, that was contributing to my really sluggish digestion. I'd even had ovarian cysts. So I had lots of symptoms, and in actual fact, it was one of those moments where the piece of paper was in front of me and my jaw just dropped, because it was me. And obviously, as I said, all that I'd sent off was a hair sample. The most telling thing probably was the high level of aluminium, which was scary. And it actually said, if you don't do something about this now, then this could lead to Alzheimer's in later life. It baffled me, because I didn't know where the aluminium might be coming from, until again I sat down and I had some conversations and read around the subject, and I realised that the only place that could be coming from was my cookware. So the first thing that I did on this journey some 20 odd years ago was threw out all of my aluminium cookware in my kitchen, and I threw out every piece of non-stick cookware that I had in my kitchen. The reason being, when we are cooking at very high temperatures, the metals and the coatings seep into our food. They may be okay to begin with, but as we use the non-stick cookware more and more and more, then obviously the surface becomes corrupted, and that surface comes off and it goes into our food, and we consume that food. So there are lots of alternatives. Ceramic cookware, I have stainless steel cookware, and they are more expensive, but it is worth investing in a set of cookware that is going to be healthy, because if you're going to if you're going to mind about what you're putting in your mouth, and if you're going to think about what you're eating very carefully and try and be as healthy as possible, then the starting point is almost to think about what you're going to cook with. I'm going to post a little article which is also quite insightful and gives you some alternatives and gives you some more information on this. But just take a look through your cookware and see what you've got there, because it was, as I say, a real eye-opener for me, and something I wanted to pass on.